And hello everyone, this is Suva for another cast of the GSSL, the Geek Squad Star League. We are in week 6 currently, and our players for today, game 2 of this matchup is Callmebonjwa. I fail at that, I really do, but I'm just going to call him Call Me. And he is in the green trunks as the Protoss in the north side, and on the east side we do have Equilibrium in the blue trunks here, also as Protoss. They are spawning at the very close air positions. I'm a huge fan of Warp Prism play. I just think it's so underutilized, people don't expect it. So one of the big things I love doing is get 2-3 sentries. 4 is actually the key number because of the way they regenerate. 2-3 sentries, and if you're paying attention, you force field the ramp, they can never get up, and in the meantime, Warp Prism into their base, GG. Then again, I'm only a Gold League player, so what ends up happening half the time when I do that, I'm not paying attention to the sentries, they waltz into my base, and suddenly it's a very bad base race for my side. Alright, and right after doing that first pylon, Equilibrium was able to go out and scout, and he is seeing that it is close positions. From the speed that did come out, I would not be surprised if Call Me does realize they are in such close positions. Remember, you are not able to spawn in the opposite of each other here. Which is very interesting, because I think that this distance is just about the same as this distance. Whatever. And Equilibrium decided to go 2-gate early on, and he is going to block off the area. I don't think that's absolutely necessary. Zerglings, that's way more necessary. I think against Terran and Protoss, the downside is it allows because you have Stalkers, Marines, Marauders, it allows your buildings to actually get sniped, actually. A lot of times, especially against Protoss, they'll bring in an observer, and they'll just snipe your base while they're hanging down here. There's very little you can do. And now the trick is, if he actually clicks on the mineral patches, he's going to go right through them. That's the other side to think about it. Even though he's on the hold position, if you click on the mineral to do a harvest, it goes right through any characters. He is sending that probe to harass and attack that probe due to the fact that you don't want him to do any pylon stuff like this. Which that's very frustrating, because really you only want to do 2 or 3 probes on this, and it's wasting mineral time. 4 probes is fine, but in the end he's just going to cancel that and save it. Yep. So it only cost him roughly, what, 80 minerals to harass, and look how much mining time is lost on those. And this time, Call Me is actually going for the Cybernetics core directly after the gateway. That's a more traditional route that most people use. It does allow you to get that early Stalker going, and in the end, you are able to save up and do a 4-gate, almost perfect timing. Chrono boosting out that warp core research, so that will be done in almost no time. On this end, what do we have? Warp gate technology just now starting, but there's almost no production. He's got 1 zealot, and he hasn't got any more going. He's got the Twilight Council and a robotics. That's very interesting that he would go one or the other. Maybe he wants to do a warp prism, or maybe he wants to get an observer going. We'll see very shortly. And already, Call Me is sending out that probe to, if I were to guess, put a proxy pylon. Usually, yep, there's the proxy pylon. He'll have his 4-gate in. Actually, his 4-gate's complete at this point. Yep. I'll see how soon it takes him to warp those. Yep. And the push is going to come in. Unfortunately, all Equilibrium has is a single zealot. He's got nothing else building. Another gateway going down, but too little too late, unfortunately. If he just pushes... Oh, that's a lot of Stalkers. There's not much he can do at this point. And now, he just left the game. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, one of the key is you always got to keep, even if it's zealots, if it's stalkers, keep producing stuff until you get that warp gate technology. A mistake that I make all the time is I only do a couple of them, and then I wait for that warp gate, and then I warp in everything at once. But the downside is if you do have an early push, when your warp gate's finishing, so in theory is the other side. And if you're waiting and they've been building the other time, the whole time he's got 5 stalkers. What else does he have? Just 5 stalkers. He didn't actually go for any zealots, it looks like. But yeah, regardless, pump out those units as quickly as you can. It's very key to this game. Alright, so that was game 2. And rather quick game, but hey, early pressure will do that. That's a big fan of that. Oh, he was going Dark Shrine. He wanted to go DT rush on him. Alright, so that is it for game 2, and I will be casting game 3 momentarily. See you there.